Netflix's live-action adaptation of the hit anime One Piece has finally hit streaming. Question is it good? Alright everybody, welcome back and thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, I'm your buddy John, and you're watching Cinemaniac Reviews, where we talk all things movies, TV shows, anime, games, and much more. Today I want to talk about a show that just recently hit streaming, and that is One Piece. One Piece follows the story of a young aspiring pirate named Luffy, who bands together a group of individuals in hopes of searching for the treasure known as the One Piece. While the anime spans over many seasons and thousands of episodes, the live-action adaptation has clocked in for its first season at about 8 episodes, and each episode roughly between 45 minutes to an hour long, which I think is perfect, especially for introducing us to these characters. And that's exactly what we do in this season. We get introduced to a lot of characters, as well as world building and just setting us up for many adventures to come. And before I get a little too ahead of myself, I will say that I am not coming into this show having watched those thousands of hours of the actual anime. I've only watched the first few episodes of the show, just so that way I can kind of get an idea going into the live action of the comparisons between the two different shows. And I know it isn't fair because of how much content is provided in the anime to really compare it to what's been provided so far for the live action. But I've kind of gauged enough understanding to know what the main differences are. And still, I think that this is probably one of Netflix's better adaptations from other sources, especially anime. One of the things I will say is that this show is just a lot of fun to watch. A lot of the interactions between the different characters and the evil pirates, and just it's quirky and it knows that it is. You literally have situations in this show where characters eat this thing known as a devil fruit and they get obscure weird powers, and some people turn into rubber, some people can dismember themselves, some people have knives for fingers. It's really wacky stuff, but it knows that. It knows what it is. And it leans on it, and it makes it just that much more entertaining. While the show does primarily focus on Luffy as the main protagonist and, his goal of becoming the Pirate King, I do feel like it also balances itself well with showing us a bit more about the different characters and the different crew members in the Straw Hat crew. There are a few scenes here and there showing us background information that we need to know about these characters and where they come from, what their individual goals and motives are for doing the things that they do. I'm going to try and not spoil too much of the show because I do think it's something that you should check out if you have a chance. So I don't want to spoil anything in this review, but there are instances, however, that I feel like I didn't like as much. Primarily the background with Nami. I feel like, and this might be a hot take, I don't know, but they could have explored that a bit more before kind of giving us her motivations for the certain things that she does throughout the show, and I feel like a lot of what we get from her background gets really revealed in one episode. And I know we don't have a lot because it's only 8 episodes, but it's just, I don't know, it didn't work for me, but it didn't stop me from enjoying the rest of the show. One thing the show does really well, though, that I noticed was that a lot of the situations or decisions that our characters make at the beginning of the show definitely have consequences towards the very end. So the casting and the prosthetics used on the different characters, I think, were really well done and put together in this show. The different actors, I thought, embodied their characters very well, and I was kind of nervous to see how they were going to, because there are a lot of very oddly shaped characters in the anime, and I was really nervous to see how they were going to pull this off with CGI or prosthetics, or, just what they were going to use to make these characters not seem super outlandish. And I think that they did a good job. They didn't go super crazy, and it was believable enough to where what you were seeing wasn't really pulling you away from the actual story. Again, I will say that I really like this show, and I think you guys should give it a chance and check it out if you haven't already. If you have, please comment down below, let me know what you guys thought, and if you haven't, go watch it, come back, comment on the video, let me know what you guys thought. I do want to start a conversation and just kind of see what the general consensus is out there of everyone's thoughts. And so that'll do it for me today, but I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in and watching my videos. Again, we are slowly growing, so if you can, please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, because we are trying to hit 100 subs, and could always use your support. So until we meet again, see you next time.